So here I am in the Ferrari 612 Scaglietti, or as the Italians say, the Ferrari 612 Scaglietti. I guess it sounds a bit better when you say it in Italian. So it's quite a big beast. We've had it's taken a bit of manoeuvring to get it out of the unit. It's hard to tell how far away you are from the front bumper sometimes, and the rear is huge. But that's the appeal. This is a Grand Tour. This is not your small Ferrari sports car. So these were first launched in 2004 and designed by Pininfarina, and they were named for Sergio Scaglietti, who was one of the very first coach builders to be recognised and approved by Enzo Ferrari. In fact, he was working at his brother's carrozzeria just across the road from the Ferrari Scuderia garage in Maranello. So Sergio Scaglietti became known as the maestro of aluminium, and so it's little wonder then that this car, which was only the second car that Ferrari made that was all aluminium, should be named for him. The first, incidentally, was the 360. And it was the only Ferrari ever to be named after someone who was still alive. So this has a 5.7 litre V12 engine, which develops 540 metric horsepower. We'll get to 62 miles an hour in about 4 seconds, and can do a top speed of 199 miles per hour. It begs the question, why didn't they just tweak it a little bit more to get the extra 1 mile an hour? But I guess they were looking at it in kilometres an hour anyway, so it didn't really matter. This one has the 6-speed F1 gearbox, so the semi-automatic or automated manual gearbox, and I've currently got it in automatic mode. But even like that, it's doing pretty well. It's good turn of speed if you put your foot down. Now, what's a little bit worrying is that the speedometer is at 70 before you've gone even a third of the way around the dial. So it's little wonder that some people who have these seem to get stopped for speeding quite a lot. So it was launched in 2004 and replaced the Ferrari 456, and it was actually 60% stiffer and 60 kilos lighter as well than the outgoing model. So the good thing about this car is that it's very usable. You can drive it around in automatic without any real thought. You can be taking the kids to school, doing some shopping. You may not want to use it on an everyday basis because of the mileage you'd add to it, but very practical. It's got a really large boot and an interior cabin. I'll show you those in a minute. But it's also a bit tasty when you want it to be. And absolutely, I can imagine sitting in this seat all the way down to the south of France or into Italy. No problem whatsoever. So when the 612 was finally retired in 2011, it was replaced by the FF, which still with 4 seats, but also with 4-wheel drive. In terms of pricing, you can get these certainly with figures starting with a 5, so in the 50,000s or 60,000s for a good one. And surely they're bottomed out now. There can't be any more depreciation to do. This is now, 15 years old? 15, 16 years old, these cars. So we're still talking about a modern Ferrari. This is very much a modern Ferrari with a V12 engine, 4 seats, and that kind of money, what could you get for that? BMW X5, brand new. So arguably, which one's more practical? I know which one I'd rather have on the driveway. So it is a really smooth ride. You can tell you've got the power if you need it. But this isn't about that. This car is about crossing continents. It's about getting from John O'Groats to Land's End without breaking sweat. So here I am, sat in the back of a 612, and you can see there's plenty of room. These back seats aren't just a +2 child seat. They're proper seats for fully grown adults. The problem is that I'm a bit over fully grown, and I've had to put the seat right forward in front of me. So only a diminutive driver could probably have a go at driving with me sat behind them. But they're still very comfortable seats. And whilst I can't imagine sitting here going to the other side of Europe, certainly most humans could probably fit in this seat. It's just that I'm not most humans. Thanks very much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to watch more like it. You can also follow me on Twitter and Facebook. Please also consider liking the video or making a comment. I try and read them all, and it makes a big difference to who gets to see it. See you next time.